Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Bourky Cabinet featuring AJ and
Jessica!
Today's episode we have a... Oops, I didn't mean to hit that. Today's episode we have a Castle Key. So anybody who's familiar, I've heard about it. It's kind of like newish and whatnot, but I'll let her explain what it's really about.
So, Castle Key was originally founded in 2014. The distillery is at the old Colonel E.H. Taylor Distillery that is in Millville, Kentucky, which is basically Frankfurt, just more in the country. Let's see here. So yeah, Castle Key, they just released their very first bourbon this past year? It was this year, wasn't it?
This one's 2022. The other one's 2021. The batch one.
I don't remember. I know the first batch that they released was with their original distiller that they had at the time. And then they had some disagreements on the flavor with the bourbon, and the company decided that they wanted to go away from the main distiller's taste points, what my understanding was, so she had quit and went somewhere else. I had the pleasure of trying batch one. I thought it was absolutely phenomenal. But that one was strictly only sold at the distillery itself. It didn't even get sent to any actual stores. But yeah, cool nifty thing about this is, like I was saying earlier, it was, they basically took over E.H. Taylor's distillery. Now, back whenever Prohibition happened in 1920, it got closed down, and then it went through multiple owners and basically ended up being a run-down distillery for many, many years and most of my childhood, so it ended up being a lot of mine and my friends and people like us, our playground. So I have a lot of fond memories at this distillery before it is what it is today. Also with Colonel Taylor, he wanted to influence the actual tourism aspect of the bourbon industry, and that's why their main building looks like a castle. That's why it's so eye-pleasing, because they wanted to be one of the first distilleries that were like, no, come and check us out, and they're actually like the main people who had started the tourism in distilleries. So that's pretty nifty. That's why it's such a beautiful place.
I will say, if you can get a chance to tour it, definitely do it. It looks amazing. From my understanding, they do a lot of weddings and stuff. I guess a lot of distilleries do that. But Castle Key's, their scenery, oh my goodness, it's definitely worth it. Especially that they have a fountain that's in the shape of a giant keyhole. That looks really cool.
It is really, really cool. That's actually how Castle Key got their name, was because of the distillery they bought has the castle at the front and the key-shaped little pool. They do also make a gin and vodka, as well as their restoration rye. Most of their botanicals are actually farmed in-house, on their distillery, which is really awesome. Instead of outsourcing flavors and stuff to add to it, they just literally grow it on the land right there, which is nice. Super beautiful place. But yeah, highly recommend y'all checking them out if you can.
Alcohol rub. It's strong on it. Or nail polish, whatever. But there is some sweeter notes on it.
Yeah, almost like a gingerbread kind of smell to it. Kind of Christmassy, a little cinnamon.
I get a little peppermint in there.
Yeah, I could see a little bit of mint too. It's very Christmassy smelling.
Definitely gives me the Christmas spirit.
Not that time of year.
No, we're in the middle of summer right now.
I know they always say Christmas in July, right?
And yeah, we just happen to, yeah. Makes sense.
I mean, the nose is really nice and unusual, though.
Mm. So I don't like it at first, but then like about midway it starts to get better, and then the after is it's okay. It's not bad. But the front there is more. I get some barrels. I get some peppermint and a little bit of heat, but it's nothing crazy. It does stick around a little bit, but it's nothing unbearable. And then you get more of a smoother barrel. That's what I'm getting at the end there. Like it's a stronger barrel, but it's not right because it has like what feels like too much of other things like the peppermint with it. But then that peppermint kind of fades and you get mostly just barrel. So it's like it's okay. What about you?
I do get a lot of peppermint in it as well. Sorry, fireworks, dogs.
We'll go back.
Yeah, I definitely get like.
Hold on.
I do get some of the woody, barrely taste. It's overwhelming with the peppermint for me personally. And then I also, weirdly enough, get a little bit of ginger. Yeah, overall, I just, everything's so weird. And it's not, I don't think it's a good weird. Their first batch had like a lot of like cherry sweetness to it and some vanilla and a little bit of caramel. And I'm just wondering where the heck of fire all this peppermint came from. Like, it's like the first one came out and they were like, oh, this is too sweet. Let's chuck open these barrels and throw in a whole bunch of peppermint and close them back up. Like, yeah, that's freaking terrible. So rating?
I'd probably give that a 4. It's not what the hype should be, that's for sure. At least not the second batch. No, I don't know about the first one would have been, but the second one, again, it's an kind of like an awkward, unwelcoming taste that you get at first, but then it lingers to a barrel. But it's only an okay barrel. It's not like ooh, this is a good barrel. So I'd give it a 4.
Such a disappointment because it's such a beautiful bottle. And it's not a bad color either. But I give it a 3. Yeah, just a straight 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
Moving on up in the world. Well, let's see if taking as a shot makes it any better.
I freaking hope so.
Yeah, same.
Don't disappoint me.
So it's better as a shot, I feel like. You still get the peppermint. Well, I still get the peppermint barrel, but it has a better blend, I feel like. And then there's some of that heat will kind of like stick around, mostly just in the throat. And then I get a lot more peppermint, like that's riding at the end now. The Christmas spirit.
Yeah, it's way better as a shot. I definitely agree. It's way better as a shot. I don't get as much peppermint in it as a shot as what I do sipping it, but it's still slightly there. It's not as much weirdness going on, and it's probably because, it's just cram packed and just going down real fast. So, but to me, it has almost, weirdly enough, like a tea aftertaste. So, I mean, that's nice. I could probably get behind that as a tea drinker, but I don't know. It's still weird, but definitely a lot better than the first time.
So what would you rate this?
I moved up to a. I'm gonna take another shot before I give it a rating.
Still gonna fill another glass there.
Oh yeah. Okay. Then you do your rating.
I would probably give it a 5. Just kind of seems kind of average. Nothing really that special about it. It's just better than what the sipping on it neat is.
Yeah.
That's about all I got.
Yeah, I would say I could. Well, I'll go with a 4.75.
There we go. There's the Jessica I know.
Listen, I was close. I thought about giving that one a 5, but I don't want to be too friendly. So, I mean, granted, Castle Key, for this being like their first available bottle, like literally actually on the market, because their first batch wasn't technically on the market since they sold it exclusively themselves. But as far as this being their second one, like, they got something that might be working for them, like this bottle style. But yeah, they need to keep trying.
So that's gonna do it for this episode of the Bourky Cabinet. Stay tuned for the next episode. We're gonna be doing one of these bottles. Ooh. And yeah, so until then.
Ja, matane!